Okay, good morning students. Now let us discuss dielectrics. What are dielectrics? Dielectrics are insulators which transmit electrical effects without conducting the electric charges. That is nothing but dielectrics. So, dielectrics are the insulators which transmit electrical effects without conducting the charges. Is called dielectrics. So, dielectrics, example for dielectrics, that is mica, ceramics, wood, bakelite, and oxygen. These are all dielectrics. All dielectric materials are insulators, but all insulators are not dielectrics. All insulators are not dielectrics. Okay. So simply, moreover, dielectrics means these are the insulating materials in which electric field will be established. These are the insulating materials in which electric field will be established. That is nothing but dielectrics. Dielectrics are classified into two categories: polar dielectrics and non-polar dielectrics. Polar dielectrics and non-polar dielectrics. What are polar dielectrics? Polar dielectrics made up of polar molecules which possess permanent dipole moment. In this, the center of positive charge and center of negative charge do not coincide. An example for polar dielectrics: H2O, HCl, etc. NH3, whatever it. So that is polar dielectrics. So polar dielectrics are made up of polar molecules which possess permanent dipole moment. Why? Because of these molecules are unsymmetrical shape. And in case of polar molecules, in case of polar dielectrics, the center of positive charge and center of negative charge do not coincide. That means get separated like this. This is the polar molecule plus minus. So what is the direction of dipole moment? Like this, negative to positive. Polar dielectrics possess permanent dipole moment. So what is meant by dipole moment? The product of either of charge and separation between the two charges. That is nothing but simply dipole moment. So that means simply in this case, electrons are moving from one region to another region. That is, in this case, in case of polar dielectrics, a fuel electricity will be passing through it whenever the polar dielectric slab kept inside the external electric field. Okay. See, once again I will repeat: polar dielectrics. Polar dielectrics made up of polar molecules. In case of polar molecules, the center of positive charge and center of negative charge get separated. It possesses permanent dipole moment because these molecules are not symmetrical shape. Okay. See, example for polar dielectrics are H2O, HCl, NH3, etc. See, H plus, Cl minus. The direction of dipole moment from positive to negative. Similarly, H2O like this, H plus, this is oxygen, O minus. Direction of dipole moment from negative to oxygen to H plus, hydrogen. Okay, so these are the simply example for polar dielectrics. And non-polar dielectrics. Non-polar dielectrics made up of non-polar molecules. Example for non-polar dielectrics are H2, N2, O2, CO2, etc. So, in case of non-polar molecules, the center of positive charge and center of negative charge coincide. It does not possess permanent dipole moment because these molecules are symmetrical in shape. So, like this, dipole moment will be 0 in this case. In case of non-polar dielectrics, dipole moment is what? 0. See, this is H2, H plus, dipole moment will be 0. CO2. So O minus C plus, dipole moment will be 0. There is no particular direction. So in this case, dipole moment, in this case there is no particular direction. So because of, in case of non-polar dielectrics, the center of positive charge, center of negative charge coincide, not get separated. Coincide. That is positive and negative charge does not coincide. These are symmetrical shape. It does not possess permanent dipole moment. That means in this case, molecules or electrons do not move or leave their mean position or original position. Okay. So now, how to convert dielectrics? How to convert whether it is polar dielectrics or non-polar dielectrics into conductors? How to conduct electricity in case of polar dielectrics or non-polar dielectrics, whatever. So let us consider a small explanation is there. So let us consider a polar dielectric slab. So in case of polar dielectric slab, molecules are randomly oriented. Net dipole moment will be 0. Net dipole moment will be 0. So before application of electric field. Before application of electric field on the polar dielectric slab, net dipole moment will be 0. Net dipole moment. Of course, it possesses dipole moment. However, net dipole moment, because of the molecules are randomly moving inside the slab. This is the, let us consider a polar dielectric slab. In case of polar dielectric slab, so in case of polar molecules, the molecules are moving randomly. Random, that is zigzag motion. Net dipole moment will be 0. Net dipole moment will be 0. So the polar dielectric slab kept inside the external electric field. Kept inside the external electric field. Then the molecules are, that is the molecules are oriented themselves along the direction of electric field. Along the direction of electric field. So in this case, see this, the positive charge of dipole is along the direction of electric field, like this is the positive to negative, that is the direction of electric field. So initially, before slab kept inside the electric field, this is the slab, polar dielectric slab. So before application of electric field, the molecules are moving randomly inside the field, randomly inside the slab. Net dipole moment is what? 0. So whenever a dielectric slab is kept inside the external electric field, molecules are oriented themselves along the direction of electric field, external electric field, like this. Okay, this is zigzag order, this is the particular order. Okay, so this is the, so then it will be polarized. That means the dielectric slab will be polarized whenever the dielectric slab kept in a external electric field. All molecules are oriented themselves along the direction of electric field. After that, it conducts stable electricity. Okay. So, non-polar dielectrics. What are non-polar dielectrics? Of course, already we know. Non-polar dielectrics means non-polar dielectric is made up of non-polar molecules. It possesses not a permanent dipole moment because these are symmetrical shape. The center of positive and center of negative charge are coincide. Okay. This is the non-polar slab, non-polar dielectric slab. So, then after these non-polar dielectric slab kept in an external electric field. So then the center, whenever external electric field will be applied on the non-polar dielectric slab, the center of positive charge and center of negative charge gets separated. The positive charge, the direction of positive charge is along the direction of electric field. Negative charge is opposite direction of electric field. So because of this is positive, this is negative, both are attraction. Okay. So this is the after application of electric field on non-polar dielectric slab, arrangement of molecules like this. Arrangement of molecules. Then after it will be polarized. Okay. So this is the arrangement of the molecules after application of electric field on non-polar dielectrics. So whenever a dielectric is kept inside the external field, the center of positive charge and center of negative charge get separated. the direction of positive charge along the direction of field and negative charge is opposite the field, then all molecules are polarized. That means it possesses dipole moment. It possesses a dipole moment. So that is nothing but how to convert non-polar molecules into there is dielectrics into conductors. So whenever some external field will be applied on it, the molecules arrangement like this, center of positive charge and center of negative charge get separated. So whenever the positive and negative charges are separated, it conducts favorable electricity. Because of these are the basically insulators. Okay. Next one. So initially dipole moment will be 0. After that it possesses dipole moment. That means motion is there. Moment means motion inside the slab. Molecules are moving. Okay. Polarization. What is meant by dielectric polarization? So dielectric polarization means net dipole moment per unit volume. Net dipole moment per unit volume of the slab, dielectric slab, which is kept inside the external electric field. That is nothing but a dielectric polarization. Simply the ratio of electric dipole moment per unit volume. Electric dipole moment per unit volume is nothing but dielectric polarization. Okay. Dielectric polarization. Now, dielectric breakdown. What is meant by dielectric breakdown? Dielectric breakdown అంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ ఒకటే అర్థమైపోతుంది. డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ ప్రాపర్టీ లూజెస్, బ్రేక్ అయిపోతుంది, బ్రేక్ డౌన్. ద డైఎలక్ట్రిక్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్సులేటర్స్. సో ఇన్సులేటర్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఏమవుతుందన్నా బ్రేక్ అయిపోయి it converts into conductors. Insulators are converted into conductors. Simply that is the meaning of dielectric breakdown. Dielectric breakdown. That means the insulating materials or dielectric materials kept inside the external electric field. The external electric field strength will be increases continuously. The electrons are detached from a parent atoms and hence some electrons it will be free. That is nothing but valence electrons. So these valence electrons are conduct electricity. That means insulating property loses and is converted into conductors. That is nothing but dielectric breakdown. Once again I will repeat, dielectric breakdown means a dielectric slab is kept inside the external electric field. The field strength increases continuously. Some electrons are detached from its parent atoms. Some electrons are detached from its parent atoms and hence it will be free. It conducts electricity. That means these dielectric materials convert into conductors. That is nothing but dielectric breakdown. Dielectric breakdown. Okay. Now dielectric strength. Dielectric strength. For example, dear students, డైఎలక్ట్రిక్స్ బ్రేక్ డౌన్ అంటే ఏం చెప్పాం మనం? ఒక డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ స్లాబ్ని అంటే లేదంటే ఒక డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ మెటీరియల్ని ఇన్సులేటింగ్ మెటీరియల్ తీసుకెళ్ళి ఫీల్డ్ లోపల పెట్టి ఫీల్డ్ స్ట్రెంత్ పెంచుకుంటా పోతా ఉంటే ఏమైందిరా, అందులో ఉన్నటువంటి మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఆ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఏమవుతాయి, ఫ్రీ అవుతాయి. అంటే ద ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ మూవింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ మీన్ పొజిషన్, ఆర్ లీవ్ దేర్ మీన్ పొజిషన్. ఓకే. అండ్ it will be free. That means it is moving from one region to another region. That indicates flow of current. So మనం డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ స్లాబ్ తీసుకెళ్లి ఫీల్డ్ లోపల పెట్టి ఫీల్డ్ స్ట్రెంత్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తే సో ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఏమవుతాయి, వాటి మధ్య బాండింగ్ బ్రేక్ అయ్యి ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మూవ్ అవటం స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే. సో దట్ మీన్స్ డైఎలక్ట్రిక్స్ ఆర్ కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ కండక్టర్స్. ఓకే. సో దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ బ్రేక్ డౌన్. మనం ఎంత రీజియన్ వరకు అయితే ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అప్లై చేసాం, ఎంత మ్యాక్సిమం ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అప్లై చేస్తే అవి మూవ్ అయినాయి, ఆ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ స్ట్రెంత్నే మనం డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ స్ట్రెంత్ అంటాం. డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ స్ట్రెంత్ మీన్స్ మ్యాక్సిమం ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అప్లైడ్ అప్ టు ఇన్ విచ్ డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ బ్రేక్ డౌన్ డస్ నాట్ టేక్స్ ప్లేస్. అంటే ఏంటి, ఎక్కడ దాకా అయితే డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ బ్రేక్ డౌన్ కాదో, ఏ రీజన్ దాకా అయితే అప్ టు వాట్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్, dielectric breakdown does not take place. That electric field strength is called dielectric strength. Dielectric strength. So, dielectric strength is nothing but a maximum electric field. So, what is the SI unit of dielectric strength? Volt per meter. This is a very most important bit. What is the SI unit of dielectric strength? Volt per meter or Newton per coulomb. Because dielectric strength is nothing but electric field. Electric field. Maximum electric field up to in which dielectric breakdown do not takes place. Do not takes place. That is nothing but dielectric strength. Okay. Now, for example, in case of air is a generally insulator. Air is a insulator. So maximum electric field will be applied on air, then up to 3 into 10 power 6 volt per meter is the maximum electric field will be applied on air molecules. Then up to this electric field is here. Before 3 into 10 to the power 6 volt per meter, electrons do not leave their mean position or original position. So maximum electric field which is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 6 volt per meter, then electrons are moving in air also. Actually, air is an insulator. So that is dielectric strength of air is like this, what? 3 into 10 to the power 6 volt per meter. 3 into 10 to the power 6 volt per meter. So electric field, maximum applied electric field exceeds this value. Air also conduct electricity. Air also conduct electricity. That maximum electric field strength is nothing but dielectric strength. Dielectric strength. Okay. That is the, in case of air, dielectric strength. What is the value of dielectric strength? 3 to the power 6 volt per meter. Before this value, so electric field is applied is the order of 3 to the power 6 volt per meter, volts per meter. So electrons are actually before this value, electrons are does not move. Applied electric field exceeds this value, electrons are moving in air also. It conducts electricity. Air also conducts electricity. So this is the dielectric strength. So dielectric breakdown and dielectric strength are very most important definitions. Simply. So dielectric strength means a dielectric slab kept inside the electric field. Some electrons are detached from a parent atoms and hence it will be free. That means a dielectric slab conducts electricity or dielectrics convert into conductors. This phenomena is known as dielectric breakdown. Dielectric strength means what? Maximum electric field applied up to the dielectric breakdown do not takes place. Dielectric breakdown do not takes place. అంటే ఆ రీజియన్ దాకా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అదే పొజిషన్లో ఉంటాయి. మ్యాక్సిమం ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నాం. ఇక ఆ మ్యాక్సిమం ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ కొద్దిగా జాస్తి నువ్వు అప్లై చేసినా ఇట్ విల్ బి మూవ్. ఫర్ ఎయిర్కి ఎంత మ్యాక్సిమం వాల్యూ 3 into 10 to the power 6. Electric field strength 3 into 10 to the power 6 volt per meter దాకా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మూవ్ అవ్వవు. అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్సులేటర్, ఎయిర్ ఈజ్ ఇన్సులేటర్. నువ్వు ఎయిర్ మీద ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ రేంజ్ దీనికన్నా జాస్తి అప్లై చేస్తే ఇమీడియట్గా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేవి ఏమవుతున్నాయన్నా క్యారీ అవుతాయి. ఇది ఎయిర్ ఆల్సో. సో ఎయిర్ ఆల్సో కండక్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ. ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ one is capacitance of the conductor. Capacitance of the conductor. Suppose, dear student, this is a conductor. Of course, it is a spherical conductor. It is a spherical conductor. Some quantity of charge given to the conductor, its potential increases. See, some quantity of charge given to the conductor, its potential increases. More and more quantity of charge given to the conductor, its potential also increases more and more. See, V is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R, where R is the radius of the spherical conductor. That means some quantity of charge given to the conductor, its potential increases. Similarly, so this is the body, one body. some quantity of heat given to the body, its temperature is what? Increases. Temperature is increases. More and more quantity of heat given to the body, its temperature increases more and more. The temperature increases more and more. So simply heat is directly proportional to temperature. More quantity of heat given to the substance, the temperature also increases more and more. In same manner, see, some quantity of charge given to the conductor, its potential is increases. More quantity of charge will be given, potential is also more. Simply, so Q proportional to V. Charge of the conductor increases, its potential also increases. To remove the proportionality, Q is equal to C into V. Where C is the proportionality constant and also is known as capacitance of the conductor. So C is equal to what? Q by V. So in SI system, that is Coulomb by volts or Farad. So SI unit is like this, Farad, represented by capital F. Capacitance of the conductor. So C is equal to Q by V. What is meant by capacitance of the conductor? So it is a ratio of charge on the conductor to its increase in potential. Is called simply capacitance of the conductor. The ratio of what is meant by capacitance of the conductor? The ratio of charge on the conductor to its potential is called capacitance of the conductor. In the SI system, Farad. So that is the Michael Farad name, is scientist name. Okay. In SI system, what is the SI unit of capacitance of a conductor? Capacitance is nothing but Farad. Actually, Farad is a large unit. In practice, smaller units are generally used, that is 1 microfarad or millifarads or picofarads or nanofarads. These are the smaller units. Farad is a large unit, so in practice, smaller units are generally used. Microfarad means what? -6 farads. 10 power -6. Millifarad means 10 power -3 farads. Pico means 10 power -9 farads. Nano means 10 power -12 farads. Okay. So capacitance of the conductor is defined as the ratio of charge on a conductor to its potential. Okay. Or increase in potential. This is nothing but capacitance of the conductor. So definition of farad. 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. See, 1 farad is equal to what? 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. So the capacitance of the conductor is said to be 1 farad. Definition. The capacitance of the conductor is said to be 1 farad. If 1 coulomb of charge given to the conductor, its potential is increased by 1 volt. Its potential is increased by 1 volt. Simply that is the definition of farad. So once again I will repeat. Simply 1 farad means capacitance of the conductor is said to be 1 farad if 1 coulomb of charge given to the conductor, its potential increased by 1 volt. That is the definition of farad. Okay. So capacitance of the conductor. Capacity means which store the electrical charges. Capacitance of the conductor means how much quantity of capacity in which it store the charges. Capacity in which it store the charges. Okay. Capacity. This is the small in size. Smaller charges are accumulates, of course. Small in size, small quantity of charge will be stored. Bigger size, large quantity of charges will be stored. Okay. So simply this is like this. V proportional to Q. Already we know. That means charges increases, potential also increases. మనం కండక్టర్ తీసుకుంటే స్మాల్ కండక్టర్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకున్నా తక్కువ ఛార్జ్ స్టోర్ అయింది. అదే బిగ్ సైజ్ కండక్టర్ తీసుకుంటే జాస్తి ఛార్జ్ అనేది మనం స్టోర్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో ఆన్ వాట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ కెపాసిటెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద కండక్టర్ డిపెండ్స్. On what factors capacitance of the conductor depends on size and shape of the conductor. Size and shape. Size and shape of the conductor. Size and shape of the conductor increases, its capacity increases. Its capacity increases. Size and shape of the conductor. And dielectric medium. Dielectric medium surrounding the conductor. And nearby the conductor. Nearby the conductor. Size and shape of the conductor. Dielectric medium surrounding the conductor. Nearby the conductor. Size and shape increases, more charges are stored on the conductor. The second one is dielectric medium surrounding the conductor. The surrounding air unda, other than air unda, దాని మీద కూడా డిపెండ్ అయ్యి దీని మీద చార్జెస్ అనేవి స్టోర్ అవుతాయి. నెక్స్ట్ నియర్ బై ద కండక్టర్. దీని దగ్గరలో ఇంకో కండక్టర్ ఉందా, ఇన్సులేటర్ ఉందా, దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని కూడా దీని మీద చార్జెస్ అనేవి అక్యుములేట్స్ అవుతాయి, స్టోర్ అవుతాయి జనరల్గా. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద 3 points. Capacitance of the conductor depends upon what factors? Size and shape of the conductor, dielectric medium surrounding the conductor, and nearby the conductor. Nearby the conductor. Okay. So this is the capacitance of the conductor depends. Factors, depending factors. Next one. Next one is expression for capacitance of spherical conductor. Spherical conductor. Expression for capacitance of spherical conductor. See, expression for capacitance of spherical conductor. See, let us consider a spherical conductor like this, of radius what? R. Of radius R. So plus Q be the charge stored on the capacitor, charge stored on the conductor. Plus Q be the charge stored on the spherical conductor of radius is what? R. Okay. V be the potential on the spherical conductor. So V is same on the surface or inside the conductor. Also same. Already we know. So potential on its surface of the spherical conductor is given by what? 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Q by R. So I want the capacitance of spherical conductor. Capacitance is equal to what? Q by V. Q divided by what is the value of V? Like this. 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Q cancel out. Then there is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. So this is the capacitance of a spherical conductor placed in air. Okay. So capacitance of spherical conductor depends upon what factors? See, capacitance of spherical conductor depends upon permittivity, of free space, and second one is radius of the spherical conductor, and next one is dielectric constant. Dielectric constant surrounding the conductor. So this is an air nana. This is an air. So the conductor is kept inside the air. Capacitance of the spherical conductor is given by 4 pi epsilon naught r. So in a medium like this, in a medium 4 pi k epsilon naught r, where k is what? Where k is what? Dielectric constant or relative permittivity. Dielectric constant or the relative permittivity. 4 pi epsilon naught r. It like writes 4 pi epsilon r dielectric constant or relative permittivity, epsilon into r. Epsilon into r. So this is the medium expression for capacitance of a spherical conductor in a medium, and it is a 8. Okay. Now see Cm by Ca ratios. Cm by Ca. Cm is what? 4 pi k epsilon naught r divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r. Epsilon 4 pi epsilon naught cancel out. Then dielectric constant or relative permittivity. Cm by Ca is equal to what? Relative permittivity, relative epsilon r is equal to k, or dielectric constant. What are it? So dielectric constant. Dielectric constant definition in terms of capacitances. In terms of capacitance of a conductors. So dielectric constant is defined as the ratio of capacitance of a spherical conductor in a medium to that capacitance of a spherical conductor in air. So that is called dielectric constant. See dear students, permittivity of the free space increases, capacitance increases, radius increases, capacitance increases. Similarly, dielectric constant increases, capacitance increases. So these are all directly proportional. So permittivity is nothing but is a constant factor. So it does not increase. So only the two factors are increased. That means see, capacitance is directly proportional to capacitance of spherical conductor directly proportional to only the two factors. That is nothing but dielectric constant and radius. So dielectric constant of the medium increases, capacitance of the spherical conductor increases. Radius of the spherical conductor increases, capacitance increases. So permittivity of free space, it is a constant term. It is a constant. Okay. These two factors increases, capacitance increases. Okay. Now capacitor. This is the capacitance of the conductor. Next one is capacitor. What is meant by capacitor or condenser? Condenser. Capacitor or condenser. So already capacitor gaani condenser gaani మీరు already చూసుంటారు కదా, ఫ్యాన్ లోపల ఉంటుంది condenser coil. So like this. So this is the positive wire, this is the negative wire, this is the condenser coil, like this. Condenser coil. So capacitor or condenser. So capacitor is what is meant by capacitor? Capacitor is a device which store electrical energy or electrical charges. That is called simply capacitor or condenser, which consists two metal plates separated by a small distance. So like this, it consisting two metal plates separated by a small distance. This is the positive plate, this is the negative plate. So separated by a small distance. In this region, the medium is or air or any other dielectric medium. Okay. So the capacitor consists two parallel conductors separated by a small distance. So symbolical representation of capacitor is like this. This is the symbol of capacitor, and this is the variable capacitor. This is the variable capacitor. This is the symbol of capacitor. Fixed capacitor. This is fixed capacitor symbol. This is variable capacitor symbol. Okay, so once again, what is meant by capacitor? కెపాసిటర్ ఆల్రెడీ మీరు చూసుంటారు నాన్న, మీకు ఫ్యాన్ లోపల ఒక కండెన్సర్ ఉంటుంది, అదే కెపాసిటర్. ఏం చేస్తున్నది? విచ్ స్టోర్ ద ఎలక్ట్రికల్ చార్జెస్ ఆర్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఎనర్జీ. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ డివైస్ విచ్ స్టోర్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఎనర్జీ ఆర్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ చార్జెస్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ కెపాసిటర్ ఆర్ కండెన్సర్. ఇట్ కన్సిస్ట్ టూ మెటల్ ప్లేట్స్ separated by a smaller distance like this. This is nothing but a capacitor. So symbol, fixed capacitor, variable capacitor. Okay. So now capacitance of a condenser, capacitor of a capacitor. Another definition: capacitance of a capacitor. Capacitance of a capacitor. Capacitance of a capacitor. See dear student, this is the simply capacitor. So this is positive potential, this is negative potential. Positive potential and negative potential. Two plates. This is a positive charge, positive potential is there. Negative charge, negative potential is there. Okay. So total charge on the capacitor is what? Q. Of course, this is positive Q, this is negative Q. Net charge on the capacitor is 0. That is the very most important. Net charge on the capacitor is 0. Capacitor is 0. Net charge on the capacitor is 0. Okay. So capacitance of a capacitor. Simply some quantity of course, C is equal to Q by V. C is equal to Q by V. Some quantity of charge given to the capacitor, its potential difference increases. Some quantity of charge given to the capacitor, so its potential difference between them is increases generally. So the ratio of capacitance of the capacitor is nothing but the ratio of charge on the capacitor to that its potential difference between the two plates. Charge on the capacitor to that potential difference between the two plates is nothing but simply capacitance of a capacitor. Of course, in SI unit is nothing but same farads. Farad. What principle capacitor works? What principle capacitor works? So capacitance of the capacitor is inversely proportional to the potential difference between the plates. So potential difference between the plates decreases, its capacitance increases. That is the basic principle of capacitor. So capacitance of the capacitor is inversely proportional to the potential difference between the plates. Between the potential difference between the plates decreases, its capacitance increases. That is the basic principle of capacitor. Okay, so capacitors are basically widely used in all electronic circuits like fans, refrigerators, whatever it, all electronic circuits capacitors are widely used. So what is the use of capacitor? Which store electrical energy or charge. Okay, so different types of capacitors are there. That is parallel plate capacitor, spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor, and taper plate capacitor. So types of capacitor. So parallel plate capacitor. And second one is parallel plate capacitor. Second one is spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor, taper plate capacitor. These are the different types. Okay. So now let us discuss derive the expression for parallel plate capacitor. They are very most important. Derive the expression for parallel plate capacitor. Very most important expression for derive the expression for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. So derive the expression for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. So now let us consider two plates like this. So this is the positive charge accumulates on its surface. This is the negative charge accumulates on its surface. This is the direction of electric field. So like this. So this is the two parallel plates separated by a distance of what? D. E be the electric field between the plates. A be the area of cross section of each plate. Between the plates, air is a medium. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of medium. Permittivity of free space or the air. Permittivity of medium. Between the plates, air is a medium. So epsilon naught is the permittivity of the air or the vacuum. Okay. So let us consider two metal plates separated by a small distance. This is nothing but these are two parallel plates separated by a small distance d. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of the medium. E be the electric field between the plates. Okay. Now, by the definition of capacitance of the capacitor, C is equal to what? Q by V. This is the capacitance of the capacitor. C is equal to Q by V. So Q be the charge on the each plate. Okay. Now E is the electric field between the plates. So by the derivation between electric field and potential difference, E is equal to V by D. So where V is the potential difference between the plates and D is the distance between the plates. So this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. So now these are the uniformly charged plates. Sigma be the surface charge density. Then electric field is given by sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Already we know this is first plate and second plate is also sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So total electric field between the plates. Of course, total electric field in terms of surface charge density is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Where sigma is the surface charge density. That means charge per unit area. See, from equation, this is equation number 3. From equation 2 and 3, LHS are equal. So V by D is equal to what? Sigma by epsilon naught. So V is equal to what? On cross multiplication, sigma D by epsilon naught. This is equation number 4. Sigma D by epsilon naught. That is equation number 4. Substituting V value in equation 1. Then we will get to find out a result. Equation 4 in equation 1. Then C is equal to what? Q divided by, what is the value of V? Sigma D by epsilon naught. So C is equal to Q by epsilon naught. What is the value of sigma? Sigma means charge per unit area. So Q by area into D. Q get cancelled out. Then therefore capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor is equal to A epsilon naught by D. This is a very most important expression. So this is the parallel plate capacitor. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. Between the plates, air is a medium. Air is there. So instead of air, suppose any medium is there. At that case, for medium, this is air. For medium, medium between the plates. C is equal to what? A epsilon naught K by D. A epsilon naught K by D. This is the capacitance of a capacitor, area as a medium. This is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Dielectric is a medium. Dielectric is a medium. Where K is the dielectric constant or relative permittivity between the plates. Between the plates. So this is the very most important 3 marks. 3 marks derivation. Very most important. Okay. See, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor depends upon what factors? Before going to discuss about factors, so let us explain. I will explain once again. I will repeat. So it consisting parallel plate capacitor consisting two parallel conductors. These are the two parallel conductors separated by a small distance d. A is a medium between the plates. This is the positive charge equivalent, same quantity of negative charge also equivalent. So this is the direction of electric field, positive to negative. So charge on the metal plates C is equal to capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor C is equal to Q by V by the definition, Q by V. So an electric field, relation between electric field and potential is what? E is equal to V by D. This is the equation number 2, this is the equation number 1. So this is the positively charged plate, this is also negatively charged plate. Okay. According to Gauss theorem, surface charge density in the electric field in terms of surface charge density, uniformly charged metal sheet using Gauss theorem, sigma by 2 epsilon naught is the first plate, second place also sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So total, there is not, actually this is a positive surface charge density, this is negative surface charge density. So actually negative sign indicates only the direction of electric field purpose. So E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus minus sign తీసుకోకూడదు, only plus sign. ఎందుకంటే negative sign అనేది only the purpose of electric field, direction electric field. Negative sign అనేది only the purpose of direction of electric field. Sigma by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma by 2 epsilon naught, overall sigma by epsilon naught. This is the electric field in terms of surface charge density, equation number 3. So from 2 and 3 like this, V by D is equal to sigma epsilon naught. On cross multiplication, V is equal to what? Sigma D by epsilon naught. Substituting 4 in equation number 3. Sorry, substituting 4 in equation number 1. So C is equal to Q by V, sigma D by epsilon naught. Sigma D by epsilon naught by this kelana. Sigma is equal to what? Charge per unit area. Rasandra area by kelindi. QQ get cancelled out. C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. This is a air. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, air as a medium, or a dielectric as a medium, like this. C is equal to epsilon naught K by D. Okay. So capacitance of parallel plate capacitor depends upon what factors? Very most important. Capacitance is directly proportional to the area. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor directly proportional to the K, that is dielectric constant, and is inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. So capacitance of parallel plate capacitor depends upon area of each plate. Area of each plate increases, capacitance increases. Next, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor depends upon dielectric constant or relative permittivity. Using higher value of dielectric constant, capacitance increases. K increases, C also increases. Next, the distance between two plates decreases, its capacitance increases. So this is capacitance is inversely proportional to the distance between the two plates. So this is the very most important expression for 3 marks. Okay. Generally, see dear students, principle of capacitor, already we know C proportional to 1 by V. So potential difference decreases, capacitance increases. This is the basic principle of capacitor. Suppose see dear students, these are the two plates, parallel plates. Okay, this is M plate, this is N plate. A positive charge will be given to the M plate. Okay, because of electrostatic induction, negative charges are automatically accumulates. Because of electrostatic induction, so negative charges are induced on the nearer side of the M plate. That is one side of the N plate. That means which are very closer to M plate. Okay. So small d be the distance between the two plates. Okay. Okay. So now and because okay, these are the positive charges. Some positive charges will be given to the M plate. Electrostatic induction, negative charges are accumulated on nearer side. Outer side, positive charges are also accumulated. Okay. These, see, please remember it. Because of negative charges, potential of M decreases. Because of positive charges, potential of M increases. Please remember it. Once again, I will explain. See, dear students. So let us consider a capacitor, parallel plate capacitor. Principle of capacitor. So this is the parallel plate capacitor. These are the two parallel plates, M and M. Initially there is no charge. Some quantity of positive charge will be given to the plate M. Because of electrostatic induction, negative charges are accumulates on one side, other side positive charges are induces. Negative charges are induced in this side, that side positive charges. Same quantity of positive charges are induces. Okay. So please remember it. Because of negative charges which are nearer to the M plate, its potential decreases. And similarly, because of positive charges, potential of plate M increases. Potential of plate M increases. Okay. How to increase the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor? How to increase the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor? Okay. Now, so the other side of N plate will be grounded using a wires, by connecting wires. That is by a wire. So the other side of the N plate will be grounded. These positive charges are grounded. That means electrons are transferred from ground to other side of N plate, then plus minus are cancelled. Plus minus are, it will be neutralized. It will be neutralized. Only negative charges are present. Only negative charges are present on this side of the, that is one side of the N plate. Only negative charges are accumulates. Because of negative charges which are closer to the M plate, its potential is what? Decreases. Potential decreases, its capacitance increases enormously. The potential increases enormously. That is the basic principle of capacitor. Basic principle of only the negative charges are present on N plates which are closer to the M plate. Because of negative charges, potential of M decreases. Potential of M decreases. Potential decreases, capacitance increases enormously. This is the basic principle of capacitor. Okay. Okay, students.